Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another video. We are talking all things Euro 2020 as the tournament is set to resume tomorrow with the first couple of games in the quarter-final stages. We are now down to 8 teams left in this tournament and the quarter-finals are set to kick off tomorrow with 2 big and very important games. We're going to be talking all about this round of fixtures. We're going to be previewing this, and I'm also going to give my opinions and predictions as well as to who I think will make it into the semi-finals of this competition. But before we go any further, I would like to remind you all to please like the video and also subscribe if you're new. Both things are always and very greatly appreciated. But for now, let's get back to talking about Euro 2020 and the quarter-final stages. Kicking off the quarterfinals will be Friday night's game between Switzerland and Spain. Switzerland, of course, pulled off arguably the shock of the tournament so far when they knocked out World Cup holders France from this competition on Monday night in the round of 16 stage after the game went through to penalties. While Spain endured an epic game of football themselves when Croatia went toe-to-toe with them in a match the Spanish won 5-3 after the game had gone into extra time. The competition has thrown up a few shocks already. Making predictions is easy, but getting them right is obviously harder and harder to achieve. Switzerland will be missing their captain Granit Xhaka, who was instrumental in Monday night's victory and triumph over France, but he's suspended. But they still have the players, of course, that can hurt a Spanish defence, particularly in aerial duels, and that certainly could be an area that the Swiss look to exploit going into this game, like they did against the French. While Spain, of course, can play some nice football at times, they may lack a killer instinct up front, but can still be very dangerous nonetheless. As far as a prediction goes, any of these games, whichever way they go, wouldn't shock me at all. But I think Spain may just have enough about them to get the job done here and advance to the semi-finals. I'm going to go for a 2-1 win to the Spanish. Friday night we'll also see arguably the biggest fixture of this round of games, and it is Belgium against Italy. So we know that at least one major name left in this competition is definitely being dumped out of it at this stage of the tournament. Belgium fought hard against Portugal in a frantic encounter which could have really gone either way in the end, but it was the Belgians who came out on top and just about edged out the Portuguese thanks to a Thorgan Hazard goal, whilst Italy needed extra time to overcome Austria last Saturday night. This is a huge tie. You don't need me to tell you that. This is a huge tie which you won't be surprised to know could go either way. Both sides are dangerous players within their squads, and it will be an interesting tactical battle ahead. Belgium haven't yet hit their top form yet in this competition, and to be honest, defensively, they haven't been entirely convincing in my opinion. A better final ball from the Portuguese on Sunday night could have possibly seen that game write a completely different story. Whilst Italy have displayed a solid defence combined with a hard-working midfield and a strong, constantly threatening attack. But above all, the Italians have displayed that they've got solid strength in depth. So much so that their squad, and so much so that Roberto Mancini's decisions from starting 11 to substitutes are all seemingly paying off right now, as every single player seems to be getting in on the act and helping the Italians through to this stage of the competition. Belgium need to come out and they need to be firing on all cylinders in order to progress here, I think, or catch the Italians on a bad day. The possible absence of Kevin De Bruyne through injury could possibly hurt them if he is going to be out for this game, of course. And for all those reasons, I genuinely think that Italy will advance to the semi-finals here. I genuinely think Italy will advance. They've been my dark horses from the start. I'm backing them in this fixture. I'm going to go for a 3-2 Italy victory. Next, we move on to Saturday's games, and first of all, we get to see Czech Republic taking on Denmark. The Czechs pulled off a shock of their own in the last round, only to be, of course, overshadowed by Switzerland's victory over France on Monday when they beat the Netherlands 2-0 on Sunday. whilst Denmark thrashed Wales 4-0 on Saturday to advance here quite comfortably. For me, it's a case of don't rule out Czech Republic. On paper, Denmark should be winning this game, and you know what? They probably will. But don't rule out the Czechs completely. I don't think anyone had them to reach this stage of the tournament. And from here, as you've seen so far, anything can happen. Any result can happen. Any team can progress. The Danes are obviously firing right now. They're growing in confidence. They're growing into this tournament game by game. And of course, they've had the extra Christian Eriksen motivation driving them forward, and with the way that this tournament is set up, it's not out the realms of possibility for the Danes to even make the final or even go on to win this whole tournament themselves. It's certainly open to go on and do that. But in saying that, I am going to be sticking with my prediction. I am going to be sticking with the Danes here to win and progress to the semi-finals. I think they have more quality, I think they have more depth, they have more motivation, and for them reasons, along with obviously them firing right now in attack, I will say that they have enough to carry themselves over the line here, and I'm going to predict a 3-1 win to the Danes. And finally, Saturday night, we'll see Ukraine take on England, who went into this tournament as strong favourites to win it, and given how things have panned out so far, are probably even stronger favourites right now as things stand. Ukraine needed a dramatic injury time winner deep in extra time to overcome Sweden on Tuesday night, whilst England defeated fierce rivals Germany 2-0 on Tuesday to book their place in this round of the competition. On paper, this match should be one of the more easier matches to predict. You'd imagine England should be beating Ukraine here. There's no doubt about it. They have the better squad, with all due respect, more quality. The three lions should be advancing to the semi-final stages. However, don't rule out Ukraine. We've seen stranger things and crazier things happen already in this tournament, and if England are complacent and take their opponents too lightly, Ukraine could upset Gareth Southgate's side here. Don't think it will be a particularly exciting game of football. Talking from a neutral's perspective, England will be expected to take control of the game and have the majority of possession whilst being on the front foot. And as we've seen so far, England don't really like doing that. They don't really seem comfortable with doing that. They prefer a more counter-attacking style of play. But England should be winning this game here, and that's what I'm going with for my prediction. I'm going for England to win 2-0 in this game. But of course, as I always say, these are just the thoughts, comments, opinions, predictions, whatever you want to call it, of this guy. I want to know what you guys think. What do you make of the quarter-final stages of the Euro 2020 tournament? Who do you see advancing to the semi-finals? Who do you see crashing out? Who do you see going on to actually win this whole competition? Who were you backing in this competition? I'd love to know your thoughts, comments, opinions, predictions, whatever you want to call it, down below in the comments section. I'm sure that all make for interesting reading. Otherwise, hit that like button on the way if you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you're new or want to see more content like this. Both things are always and forever be greatly appreciated. And as always, thank you all so much for watching and listening. I've been Fletch, this has been another Fletch Talks video, and I will see you all again soon in another video.